On December 22nd, Ken Paxton tweeted out a message that said Texas should know about California's SB 107B4. It goes into effect on January 1st. SB 107 is a bill authored by Representative Scott Wiener from California. It has to do with creating a sanctuary refuge state in California for anyone who may be fleeing a state where either a child or an adult might be threatened with legal actions, criminal actions in the case of gender affirming care. So if a child were to be targeted by the Texas Department of Children's Welfare as a recipient of gender affirming care, and there was a threat to take that child away from their parents, and the parents flee to California, there would be no recourse for Texas at that time because California is creating a boundary that says that that is going to be a refuge state in that case. Ken Paxton is threatening to find a way to intervene with California's law because he feels like it is a threat to Texas sovereignty. He believes that California has no right to stop Texas from pursuing an individual into California and taking them into custody. Now, California disagrees, of course, but one of the main issues that Ken Paxton has is if a person goes to California who is a minor and has a trans affirming procedure of any sort while in California, he believes that that person who is a minor will somehow be able to avoid having parental informed consent. And this is a thing where I believe that he's read a lot into this law, and he does believe that this is going to be a matter of state versus state, and he's looking to make this as big of a fight as possible because it is his wish to somehow criminalize transgender people as much as he can.
He's using that false argument again that it's taking away parents' rights because somehow, like you said, kids will be able to go to California and get gender affirming care from doctors without parental consent, without even parental knowledge, and the parents can't find out about it. And of course, that's not at all what the law is saying or what the intent of it is. And medical professionals in California still follow proper procedure for that sort of stuff, and get
right
parental consent for minors. But it's you can see the state versus state implications of this law because Texas is trying to eliminate transgender affirming care for anybody basically, specifically with minors, and they're doing it by the fear-mongering the parents, and this rhetoric of the kids will be able to do it without your consent or without your knowledge even is, again, like I said, it's just irresponsible fear-mongering.
Yeah, and that's the wider image of what is being portrayed by many of these states. Texas is just the biggest attention grabber, that because schools are indoctrinating kids into sexual or gender identity politics, then the parents don't have direct influence in the school to control the message. And then kids can go to their doctor and the parents don't have to be included in that conversation. So therefore, the doctor is now able to conspire against the parents, and then they can go to another state and they can have these procedures done without their parents' knowledge. What they're trying to do is they're trying to highlight some strange alien idea that we are somehow trying to prevent kids and parents from talking about their own needs and health care. What we are wanting to do is we are wanting to really give all LGBTQ plus people the space that they can discover their own identity. And if they have a family who is affirming or at least accepting and willing to provide them the safest place for them to discover their own identity, then absolutely let's keep these families working together toward this same goal. If a family is abusive in the sense that they are going to harm their child, they are going to demean or belittle their child, they are going to physically, mentally, or emotionally commit violence against their child, no, we don't want that child to have access to that family, because in any other abuse situation, they would need to be removed and provided safety.
Mhm.
That's the only logic that we're following here.
There's just so much stickiness in that because, of what they say about trans affirming parents, parents
Mhm.
that affirm their trans kids, they're considering that to be the abuse of parents against kids. It's one of those situations where they're attacking the trans community from every angle,
Mhm.
saying that we're just groomers, and then they say that parents that allow their kids to do it are child abusers, and then now they're claiming that kids are they're gonna try and do it without parental consent, and it's just like, which one is it? Like, pick a bad guy, because you can't say that everybody in the world is the bad guy.
If they can make transgender people, LGBTQ plus people, the bad guy, they can rally the greatest number of support because it's been a group that has been targeted for the last 30 years.